Good morning. I'm Kimberly Bishop, Associate State Director at AARP Michigan, and I'd like to welcome you to our August Rhythm Circle. This is part of a monthly series where we explore the relationship between music and brain health. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you've joined us before, welcome back. Before we get started with our Rhythm Circle, I'll share some information from Johns Hopkins about the brain music connection, and I'll start with a quote. If you want to firm up your body, head to the gym. If you want to exercise your brain, listen to music. According to a Johns Hopkins otolaryngologist, there are few things that stimulate the brain the way music does. If you want to keep your brain engaged throughout the aging process, listening to or playing music is a great tool. It provides a total brain workout. Research has shown that listening to music can reduce anxiety, blood pressure, and pain, as well as improve sleep quality, mood, mental alertness, and memory. The brain music connection. Experts are trying to understand how our brains can hear and play music. A stereo system puts out vibrations that travel through the air and somehow get inside the ear canal. These vibrations tickle the eardrum and are transmitted into an electrical signal that travels through the auditory nerve to the brain stem, where it is reassembled into something we perceive as music. Johns Hopkins researchers have had dozens of jazz performers and rappers improvise music while lying down inside an MRI machine to watch and see which areas of the brain lights up. Music is structural, mathematical, and architectural. It's based on relationships between one note and the next. You may not be aware of it, but your brain has a lot of computing to do to make sense of it. One of the recommendations from Johns Hopkins is to learn an instrument. When older adults took piano lessons, their attention, memory, and problem solving abilities improved, along with their moods and quality of life. You don't have to become a pro, just take a few lessons or join a few rhythm circles with us. The power of music isn't limited to interesting research. Try these three methods of bringing more music and brain benefits into your life. First, jumpstart your creativity. Listen to what your kids or grandkids listen to, experts suggest. Often, we continue to listen to the same songs and genre of music that we did during our teens and 20s, and we generally avoid hearing anything that's not from that era. New music challenges the brain in a way that old music doesn't. It might not feel pleasurable at first, but that unfamiliarity forces the brain to struggle to understand the new sound. Second, recall a memory from long ago. Reach for familiar music, especially if it stems from the same time period that you're trying to recall. Listening to the Beatles might bring you back to the first moment you laid eyes on your spouse, for example. Finally, listen to your body. Pay attention to how you react to different forms of music and pick the kind that works for you. What helps one person concentrate might be distracting to someone else, and what helps one person unwind might make another person jumpy. Now, I'd like to introduce or reintroduce you to Kevin Bujo Jones, who is accompanied by his lovely wife, Martine. And Martine, I hope Bujo told you that several of our audience members asked where you were last month, so we are really happy to have you back.
Good to be back.
Kevin Jones is a percussionist, band leader, producer, and educator. He's a native of Englewood, New Jersey, and grew up in a household immersed in jazz, soul, gospel, and blues from Charlie Parker and Lou Rawls to Nat King Cole and Mahalia Jackson, along with the pop and R&B legends of the times. Reportedly, Kevin's grandmother, Maggie Walker Jones, once played with and maybe even recorded with Bessie Smith. The arts of all types were nurtured in the Jones household, and piano lessons were a requirement, not an elective. Kevin currently resides in West Michigan, where he teaches workshops at Western Michigan University, as well as being a faculty member of the Jazz and Creative Institute. And if I'm not mistaken, Kevin also teaches at my undergraduate alma mater, Michigan State University. So I'd like to turn it over to Bujo and Martine.
Good morning. Glad to be back. How is everybody doing? Again, my name is Kevin Jones. This is my wife, Martine. And she's not a percussionist, but I think she's slowly becoming one, right? So this is her third time doing the rhythm circle with us at AARP Michigan. And she's getting to be a pro now and very popular too. So I want to get right to the music. First of all, the last couple of months, we really kind of focused on one or two rhythms. One rhythm was called cuckoo, and that we learned, and we'll come back to that eventually. But we want to start out with sort of a new rhythm. But first, before we get started, many of you may not have a drum like this. This drum is called a djembe. The djembe is from West Africa, specifically originated in the Mali Empire. But you may not have one. You may have a conga drum, like here. If you have a conga drum, that's fine. But if you don't have a drum at all, you could still participate. So if you can, run to your kitchen or your garage, or go through the cabinets, find something that you could play with. Again, I'm using my trusty Coffee Mate container that we have so many, and of course we want to try to preserve the earth, so I'm putting them to good use. I have thousands of them. So you can use this, put it between your legs, and you can get sound and play along with us today. If you can't find one of those, you could find some kind of pot, or this is a sugar container. And you could make rhythm with it. And if you're not in the drumming mood, you may be in the shaker mood. So here we have Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. But instead of popping the popcorn, you can turn it into a shaker. And you can play just like this. I'm turning the jar, which is a plastic jar with kernels in it. Or you could play it like this. So you can make noise, make rhythm, and that's the point. So we're going to be learning a different rhythm today. This is more of a modern rhythm. You might have heard it, before. But we're going to start out by just reviewing the three basic sounds of the drum. First sound is a tone sound, and you get that sound by placing your fingers towards the edge of the drum and just coming down on the drum and striking it like so. You gotta take your other hand off. Try your other hand. Both hands. sound. The next sound that we'll be dealing with is called the bass sound or a low sound. So you want to strike the drum with the palm and all of your fingers, like so. Yes. Yes. Now try your other hand. Right. Good. Very good. Thank you so much, Martine. So the last sound is a slap sound. Now, if you have a container or something like this, or a piece of Tupperware, and you're just on the table, playing on the table or a desk or something, you can still try to get a slap sound out of it. But the slap sound is a very high-pitched sound, which requires some training and some practice to do. So basically, when you play a slap sound, you're coming down, you're hitting right about here first, and then the tips of your fingers are where all the energy is going. So basically, you come down, it's almost like a whip. And it's fast. So you have to spread your fingers out just slightly. And when you come down, you're hitting mainly here. Instead of in here, you're hitting here, across here, the tips of your fingers, like so. Right? Mm-hmm. You can try it. Good. Isn't she wonderful? So anyway, this the rhythm that we're going to learn doesn't require a slap sound, not for this rhythm. So basically, we're going to play. The rhythm itself is made up of 4 beats, similar to cuckoo, but we're starting with our prominent hand playing a bass sound for the first note. Okay? So let's all play a bass note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next sound is a tone sound with your opposite hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So that's 2 sounds. So we have bass, tone, and then we're going to have another bass. Play bass, and then another tone. So we have bass, tone, bass, tone. But the pattern is organized like so. Bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone. Okay? So I have a cowbell on my foot so you can hear the time, okay? So we're going to play bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone. 1, 2, ready, begin. Bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass, tone, bass. good. So now let's try it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So now, the last 3 months, we learned about what is called a signal. What is a signal? It's called a signal or a break in African drumming, and that's to cue the other drummers, other musicians, as well as the dancers. In the African diaspora, whether you're in West Africa, Congo, Central Africa, Cuba, Brazil, they all have what are known as signals or breaks, and that's to cue the dancers. And the dance and the drum are one in all of these communities. One does not exist without the other. So when the dancer hears the break, start, right? They know when to start, know when to change the choreography, and it also signifies the end. It's usually played right at the end of a phrase, much like a drum fill that goes into another part of the song, okay? So we're gonna start one more time and play the rhythm, and we'll end with the break, okay? And then we're gonna tack on to this particular rhythm. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Very good. Now, we're going to add on and we're going to make what we call a phrase out of this. So instead of it being bass, bass, it's nice, it's grooving, it's moving, but you want it to be a little bit more musical. So we're going to add a little a little, what do you call it? Just a little variation to it. Okay? So, what I'd like for you to do is to play the rhythm. We're going to play it 3 times and then stop. So, we'll play 1, 2, 3. Okay? Can everybody do that with me? 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, ready, again. 3, stop. Okay? Now, everybody, we're going to play 5 tones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, so we're going to play the rhythm 3 times and then play on the 4th time. We're going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 'Very good. So now, let's all try it. We're going to try it just a little bit faster. Not too fast, just slightly faster, okay? We're going to start with the break. Go, 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 go. Rhythm. Okay? Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. We'll play the rhythm for a little while, and then we'll stop. Okay? And then we're going to add on to it. Are you ready? Good. I can hear all the yeses out there. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, signal. add on to it. So how many people remember the rhythm that I've been calling cuckoo? In actuality, I just want to be very, very clear that the rhythm that I taught you is just a part of cuckoo. This one, from last month. When we play rhythms, there's many connecting rhythms that go together and fit together like a puzzle. So this part right here, this is one of the accompaniment rhythms. So I always want to be clear, this is one of the accompaniment rhythms to cuckoo. Which can be played with a lot of other rhythms too. So this is one of them. So what we're going to attempt to do now, since I have my faithful and trusty wife, most beautiful woman in the world with me, we're going to try to do what we call polyrhythms. So what is a polyrhythm? A polyrhythm means many rhythms, poly, many rhythms played at the same time. So you have rhythms that join together at certain points and fit together like a puzzle. Okay? So this we're going to attempt, and hopefully it turns out okay. So can you play the same rhythm?
Yeah.
You can play that rhythm, and I'll play. Throw you off?
That might happen.
Okay, well, if it happens, we'll switch.
Okay.
All right. So, do you want to play? Let's try it the other way first. Let's try it this way. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll start with you, and then I'm going to switch in the middle. Okay? How about that? And if some of you want to attempt this, it's fine. You can follow either one of us. But I think it's important to note that when playing any kind of African diaspora drumming, most of the time, there's several rhythms happening at the same time. That's what makes it so, the texture is so deep and rich for the rhythm. So it's not everybody playing the same exact rhythm. So one person has one part, the other person has another part. And you have to really focus and concentrate on your part, but it also has to connect to the other person's part. So you're working in tandem with the other person. So we're going to start, and then I'm going to divert and play a variation, and you'll hear it, okay? Are you ready? Yes! Everybody say, yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can hear you all the way from Florida. Okay. All right, here we go. did that feel? How do you feel inside of your body? That's what I want to know. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel like moving? Okay. So we're going to come back to that one. Okay. So I call it sort of my reggaeton. I don't know. I used to teach this to a lot of the kids that where I taught high school, and they loved the rhythm when I was teaching high school in the Bronx. So anyway, let's move on to the next rhythm. So we have new stuff today. We have new stuff. Okay, so the first two notes are two basses. Tone, bass, bass. Everybody, bass, bass. Bass, bass. Bass, bass. And then a slap sound. So you can just make a high pitched sound. You can play a tone if you can't play a slap. Bass, bass, slap, bass, bass, okay? Bass, bass, slap, bass, bass. Bass, bass. Okay, so now, I'm gonna get my trusty cab out so you can hear it. Bass, bass, slap, bass, bass, and then tone, tone. Bass, bass, slap, bass, bass, tone, tone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 7. So now I'm going to play it, speed it up. We speed it up a little bit, and then I'm going to slow it back down really slow so we can all learn it. That's how, about the speed it should be. That rhythm should be. This is a rhythm that my very good brother from Cote d'Ivoire, Mr. Dr. Joby, showed me. Anyway, so bass, bass. Two, three, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So the third note, which is that accent, the slap, comes right before the downbeat. So that's the first half of the rhythm, 3 notes. So the second half comes back the same thing, bass, bass. Right. So play that. Okay, so that's the second half. The first half. Now, we're going to do a little thing that I do at the end of my classes. And we're going to do what we call call and response. So I'm going to play something. And you guys are going to play it back to me. Okay? I can't hear you, but I want to hear you. No matter what state you're in, what city you're in, I want to hear you. And Martine's gonna help.
Okay.
Like shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
And I help.
And I help.
All right. Here we go. So it's just like Simon Says or telephone, whatever. Okay? Are you ready? Only kidding. So we're going to leave it there for today. Remember the two rhythms. I'm going to play them again. Sort of like my little pseudo reggaeton beat. And so. Okay? So keep drumming, keep smiling, keep moving, move your body, and please, please stay well. Keep moving, keep listening to music, dancing to the music, moving your body. Even if you can't dance, pretend like you can. So we appreciate your attention today, and we want you to have a great day and a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Bujo and Martine. You guys do a fantastic job. We really appreciate having you here every month, and our viewers certainly do as well. And we'd like to remind everyone to visit our website at aarp.org/Michigan to find out about all of our exciting events. You'll find out about our monthly rhythm circles, as well as all of the other things that we do to keep you informed and provide information for those 50 and older. So until next time, we'll see you next month. Bujo and Martine, and hopefully we will see the rest of you soon. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.